Hi everybody, I'm Chris and this is Go for English. Today I'm going to review the use of although, though, even though, despite, in spite of, and however. All these words express contrast, so they're just an alternative to but, really. But what's the difference between them and how should I use them in a sentence? Let's start with although. I use although to introduce a clause, so although must be followed by a subject and a verb. Take a look at these examples. Although Tim is sick, he is planning to go out tomorrow. Though Tim is sick, he's planning to go out tomorrow. Although and though are synonyms. They mean exactly the same thing. Even though Tim is sick, he's planning to go out tomorrow. I use even though to give emphasis. Pay attention to the punctuation. When I start the sentence with although, though, or even though, I must separate the two clauses with a comma. But if I invert, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow although he is sick. There is no comma anymore. And the same is true for the other two examples. How do I use despite or in spite of? They're synonyms and they mean basically the same as although, but they must be followed by a noun or a gerund, which is a verb plus ing. If I want to use a complete clause, that means a subject and a verb after despite, I have to use the fact that. So I have to say despite the fact that, or in spite of the fact that. Let's look at these examples. Despite being sick, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow. We have a gerund here. Despite his sickness, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow. We have a noun here. Despite the fact that he is sick, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow. The same thing goes for in spite of. In spite of being sick, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow. In spite of his sickness, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow. Or, in spite of the fact that he's sick, Tim is planning to go out tomorrow. Please remember that the one thing you cannot do is say despite of. No, it's in spite of or despite. Same thing goes for punctuation in these cases. So if I start the sentence with despite or in spite of, I have a comma. But if I start the sentence with the main clause, I do not have a comma. So Tim is planning to go out tomorrow despite being sick. How about however? However separates two independent clauses. The meaning is practically the same as although or despite. Again, they're all comparable to but. But the difference here will be mostly in punctuation. However is never a part of the clause. It's always separated by punctuation. Let's see some examples. Tim is sick, period. However, comma, he's planning to go out tomorrow. Tim is sick, semicolon. However, comma, he's planning to go out tomorrow. Tim is sick, semicolon. He, comma, however, comma, is planning to go out tomorrow. I like to joke that however is antisocial, does not like to be near any other words. So always make sure to separate however from the other words with the right punctuation marks. Well, I hope this has helped you review the uses of these words. Make sure to use them in your essays to make your writing richer. If you have any questions or comments, please write them below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Share this video with your friends and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow me on my social media. Go for English on Instagram. Bye!